In this video, I'm going to share the 4 habits and how you can start taking responsibility today for yourself so you can see your life changing for the better. These are habits I personally did and I saw a huge change in my life, and I guarantee you that if you follow through these habits, you will see the same thing happen to you. Let me give you a scenario. You are in the winter period and it's cold. You have the heater on in your house and everything is nice and warm. But out of nowhere, the boiler in the house has stopped working, which means there is no heat coming into the house now. What do? Would you try and find out why it's not working and look for a solution to fix it? Or are you going to let your family fix the problem and you are a spectator just watching from the stands? I was that spectator, not willing to take the responsibility. And what I realized in hindsight, this lack of taking responsibility filtered through in my other aspects of life, in my work, in my friendships. It all connects. What you do or do not do at home will also reflect in the real world. If left unchecked, these small traits will have a huge impact on your self-growth and the person that you want to become in the future. The first habit of taking responsibility is to follow through what you say. If you say you're going to do something, whether you feel like doing it or not, you still do it. Why? Because you said you're going to do it, which means you follow through what you say you're going to do. Your word should be your bond, which means that whenever you say something, you should hold yourself accountable and follow through. When I was living at home, this happened quite often. The shower would often get blocked and you would need a plunger to unblock it. And I would say to my mom I would do it, but I would never follow through after I said it because I would come up with a reason saying, oh, I got too much work right now, I can't do it because there's so much going on. Really? Even the CEO of Goldman Sachs, which is a very hectic job, has time to DJ on the side, and I can't even unblock a shower, which would take less than 10 minutes of my time. I'll be very honest with you, I was very weak because I said I was going to do something, but I never followed through. How can I even trust myself, let alone my mom trusting me, if I can't even follow through what I said I was going to do? How am I going to follow through my goals, my ambitions, my objectives in life that I want to achieve? It will not work, period. Abraham Lincoln said, you cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. The moment I took myself seriously, which was figuring out the person I wanted to become, that was the moment when I started to follow through what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to leave the corporate world to go and start my own business, and I followed through that. My word this time meant something because I took responsibility for myself. Anything that I say out of my mouth was very important. I was still going to do it because I'm holding myself accountable, but at the same time, I'm building that self-confidence in myself, knowing that even if I don't like doing something, I know in the back of my mind, I'm still going to do it. And that really helps in life when things get hard, when you don't want to do things, but you know you can hold yourself accountable and you know you can trust in yourself that you're going to get the job done. By following through what you say and doing that on a consistent basis, you don't realize that the people around you are going to put more trust in you because they can see, wow, this person said he was going to do something and he's following through. He's taking action and he's been doing that on a consistent basis. But more importantly, you will trust yourself with your words and action because now you know that whatever comes out of my mouth, I'm still going to do it whether I feel like it or not. And do you know the amount of self-confidence that's going to give you when you follow through what you say? It's immense. You're going to feel good about yourself as opposed to eating these junk foods or doing small things that are going to give you instant gratification. Follow through what you say, and when you do that, you're going to look back and think, wow, this is amazing. I feel good because now I can trust myself and my level of confidence is rising. My self-belief is rising. That is life-changing because as you start building self-confidence and you feel good about yourself, you're building momentum, which means now you can take bigger challenges that maybe most other people will not be able to take. So what can you do? For example, if you said you're going to learn this course and build up your knowledge in this certain field, follow through that. If you say you're going to help out with the weekly shopping, follow through that. If you say you're going to take your mom or dad out for dinner, follow through that. If you say you're going to make a change in your life for the better, follow through that. The more you follow through your words, I guarantee you, your level of self-confidence will be rising very rapidly because now you are a person of action, not just words. The second habit of taking responsibility is to stop blaming others. Look, we all love putting the blame on someone else or something else, and we like to use the excuse that, oh, I'm not where I am because this person didn't allow me to do what I wanted to do, or I'm not where I am because the circumstances was not right in my situation, so I couldn't achieve that. Let's be real, we are egotistical and prideful creatures. We don't want to put the blame on ourselves. It makes us feel bad. But you have to ask yourself the question, if you constantly blame other people or external events, what exactly are you learning from that experience? You are only pushing the blame and passing the blame onto those things as opposed to looking at yourself internally and say, okay, what could I have done wrong? Where could I have slipped up so that I know that next time I'm not going to make that same mistake again? All of us have self-awareness, but most of us don't want to utilize self-awareness because we don't want to look at ourselves. We don't want to look at our downfalls. We don't want to look at shortfalls. It makes us feel bad. But you have to understand that if you want to improve as an individual, if you have these ambitions, these goals of you want to be somewhere in life, the first point is to look at yourself and see, okay, where did I go wrong? The blame is on me. It doesn't matter if there was injustice, whatever. There's injustice all the time happening. But even then, what could I have done differently? Most people are not willing to do that because it's too much effort, it's too much pain, and it's just easy to pass the blame on someone else. You're never going to learn and improve because you are always 100% right. So how can you improve? See the irony there? When I was living at home, my mom would be cooking food for all of us every day. And sometimes when I'll come back from work, I'll be so hungry and I'll be just going to the kitchen and just be like, okay, I'm so hungry, let me eat. And I come to the kitchen and I'm like, oh my days, what is this food? Where's the chicken? Where's the lamb? Where's the beef? All those kind of things. We've got vegetables. Not that I don't like vegetables. I love vegetables, but it's like, you know, when you're hungry and you just want something meaty. Then I got angry, annoyed, and I would tell my mom, oh, why couldn't you have cooked something better? Why are we eating this? I feel so stupid. How can I even be saying those things? Bless her. She did what she could with what she had and she provided for all of us. And I'll be very critical of myself here and I'll be honest. I was a spoiled brat. I'm coming back from work and there's food cooked. Instead of you just enjoying that food and being grateful for it, I'm complaining that it's not the food that I want. Like, come on, it's just so, even when I'm talking about it, it's so cringe. But again, this is a learning curve, right? No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. This is why I'm sharing this with you. Now, when I look at it, it's like there's people around the world that are struggling for food. And here I am being an absolute idiot moaning about this. Hindsight, it's a beautiful thing. When I look back at it, I'm like, man, I'll slap myself, man, if that was me. Just like, listen, eat the food. If you don't want to eat the food, don't put the blame on your mom. Put the blame on yourself and say, okay, you know what? I should cook something for myself. But to be fair, my mom will get pissed because I didn't eat her food. So that would create even fight. But I should not have done that. When I left home to live on my own and start from zero, I had to buy and cook food by myself. My mom still wanted to help me out with the food. But then I said to her, look, I don't need that. I'm going to do this myself because I need to start taking responsibility. I need to take accountability. And I need to also experience what it's like when, you know, you have to do everything yourself. When I was living at home, it's easy when everything is there for you, right? You don't really, it's a luxury. But when you're doing everything yourself, you realize, my gosh, everything is energy. And then you really understand that, wow, my mom had all these things to do and she still cooked for us every single day, not missing a meal. So you really get to understand the hardships of life when you have to do things yourself. When I don't even have the energy to cook when I'm by myself, but I'm not going to blame everyone else. I'm not going to blame my mom. I'm not going to blame my friends. It's on me. I take responsibility. It's important to realize that when these things happen, you have to look at yourself and say, okay, what can I do to resolve this situation as opposed to putting the blame on someone else? So if you're finding yourself in a situation when things did not go according to plan, before you go and put the blame on someone else or something else, try and do these steps. Take a step back and look at it from a perspective of self-reflection. Number one, what were the causes of it going wrong? Number two, where did I go wrong? Number three, what could I have done differently? Number four, how could I have reacted differently? Number five, what lessons can I take from this situation so I don't make the same mistake again? When you do this, you are putting the focus on yourself. You're not putting the blame on someone else. You're not putting the blame on external events. This is you taking accountability, and it's a huge step in the right direction. The third habit in taking responsibility is to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet. Look, most of the time we're going to need help from people. No one can be a success doing it alone. It's not possible. But having said that, it's imperative that you learn how to stand on your own 2 feet first, because it's going to teach you some very important life lessons that you would not learn otherwise. You know, when I left home and moved to a 1-bedroom apartment, I had to start everything from zero. I had to learn how to cook, buy food, manage my finances, pay the bills, how to run a business from zero, how to make revenue from zero, how to talk with clients, how to talk with customers. Everything was my responsibility. I made the decision of leaving home. As a result, it is my responsibility to adhere to that life and what it brings. But when I look back at it, I'm so glad that I went through all those things, because it allowed me to understand the harsh reality of life, how to run a business, how to generate revenue, how to communicate with clients, how to bring more clients in, how to negotiate commercial office contracts, how to cook food, how to pay the bills, how to manage your finances, both on the personal side and in the business side. Everything, I had to do that by myself. I had to learn that by standing up on my own 2 feet and learning from scratch. Sometimes in life, you're going to have to do things yourself. Even if you're going to get it wrong, it's fine, because it's a learning curve. When you're learning from a mistake, you know you're not going to make that mistake again. And that is the best thing that you can do for yourself. I know it's hard. I know most people don't want to do it, but if you want to improve and you want to go higher levels in life and you want to just keep going up, this is the best way to go about it. There is no other way. The last habit in taking responsibility is to be honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself is about being critical about the things that you've done right and the things that you've done wrong. It's about having self-awareness. And like I said previously, we all have self-awareness, but most of us don't utilize self-awareness because we don't want to look at ourselves. It makes us feel bad. It makes us feel short compared to other people, and it hurts us. But remember, if you want to improve and you want to become a better individual, the first step step that you have to do is be honest with yourself. It's gonna hurt, I understand, but trust me, the thing that comes out of it when you are able to look at it objectively and see, okay, you know what, I messed up on this, or I should not have spoken to this person like this, or I should not have acted in this way, and you rectify that, the net effect is you becoming a better person. Successful people are always critical and honest with their actions and their words. They always look at the things that they've done wrong and the things that they've said wrong and making sure that they rectify that so it doesn't happen again. If you're being honest with yourself, who is it really going to impact the most? You're the one who's going to improve. So it's a win-win in the end. Yes, at the beginning I understand it's gonna hurt, but the hurt is good. The hurt is what you need to get to the next level. The time I was honest with myself was realizing that the corporate world was not for me. I had these feelings, these thoughts that was constantly telling me like, this environment is not for you, it's just not working. And look, I'll be very honest with you, I could have just carried on, found another job and just carried on like everyone else. But because I was honest with myself, because I was self-aware and asking these questions and, you know, listening to what my soul was saying, if you like, I had to take a step back and say, okay, you know what? The pain of me leaving this and starting my own business is going to be very painful. It's going to be a lot harder, 10 times, 100 times harder, but I cannot go on like this. It's not working for me. I was able to look at myself critically, objectively, and say, okay, what action can I take next? By me being honest with myself, I was able to do the things that I needed to do to get to where I am today. If I was not honest with myself and just carried on, I guarantee you, I would not be here. Now, if you're not able to be honest with yourself or be self-aware because you're struggling with it, there's two ways that you can do that's going to help you with this. The first one is ask a good friend of yours to give you honest feedback. Just be completely honest and tell them, listen, tell me honestly what you think, or what you think I did, or what you think I said. Whatever it is that the problem is, just tell them to be honest with you and they'll give you an honest feedback. And from there, you can take that information and use it to your advantage. The second step is, if you don't have that good friend, write it out. Write your emotions out, or record yourself. Let the emotions out and then leave it there, and then come back after a couple of days when your emotions is down and re-watch it again, or re-listen to it again, or reread it again. And then you'll see, oh my gosh, I was a bit emotional here. Okay, I know I could have done this better. Okay, fine. Now, as you build these habits, you are also creating something else that you're not realizing, something amazing. People are going to start respecting you more and putting more trust in you, in what you do and what you say. And that's an amazing feat, because respect is a big thing. Do these habits consistently for at least 3 months and then see the results that it's going to bring. I guarantee you, you're going to see a major difference in your life and the way people treat you and respect you as well. And remember this, everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.